Hello again in this instalment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here, and if you're new here, my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. If you're interested in those types of things, please subscribe, join this amazing community here, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. Now, today, you know what we're going to be talking about based on the title. Something to be wary of in spiritual and occult circles. So there are many paths to enlightenment, wisdom, harmony, whatever you're looking for in life. There's many ways to achieve a certain objective or a certain goal. But if someone says that their way is the only way, the true way, then you should be very skeptical of that person, because there's no one way to enlightenment. Now in Buddhism, there's a lot of wisdom in Buddhism. I wouldn't say I wholly agree with everything in it, but there's a lot of wisdom in it, and Buddhism talks about how through life, as we experience life will all suffer, and we all do suffer in life. We all go through a period of darkness, and through that stage of darkness we find enlightenment, and only enlightenment is sort of the end of suffering. We must be enlightened, have higher wisdom and knowledge to end suffering. But when it comes to a lot of certain gods and deities, there are certain spirits and deities that belong to a certain religion, and you have to be initiated into a certain religion or tradition in order to work with a certain deity, with some deities. But however, when it comes to a lot of the Egyptian gods, Roman, Greek, as an eclectic pagan witch, many of us solitary eclectic pagan witches, there are certain paths, but let's say Anubis or Goddess Hecate, Isis, there's certain path workings, there's certain temples devoted to these deities. And a lot of these temples do good things in that deity's name, what that deity would approve of, or some good things. You don't necessarily have to do a path working or follow a temple to work with a specific deity. It's like Goddess Hecate, you don't need to go to a temple or do a certain path working to worship and work with Goddess Hecate. But I do understand that some people, they need that structure, they need that organisation. And sometimes path workings, because it's a certain order of things, it's done a certain way. Like day 1 you would do this, day 2, and every day you would do different rituals and actions what involve that deity. For some people that works because it's got structure, but one size does not fit all, and that's when anybody says that their way is the only way or the true way, you should be very skeptical of that person, because that's a big red flag. Now, life is many things wrapped into one. Life is a box of chocolates. Life is beautiful. Life also has its hardships and difficulty. But life is also about going down certain roads and making certain decisions. And in life, because Goddess Hecate rules over the crossroads, in life we'll find ourselves at a crossroads where we're in the middle and we don't know, should I go this way, that way. And sometimes we're not going a new direction in life. We're just repeating the same cycle as well, and sometimes we've got that choice to break that cycle and walk a new path. But this is Hecate's symbol, or Strephiloth, or Hecate's wheel, and it's a labyrinth, but there's a lot of sense to me in it, because here you've got one path, there you've got another direction, at the bottom you've got a direction, and then you've got a direction here. But in the middle, right, so in the middle here is what we are looking for. So let's say in the middle of Hecate's symbol, where the star is, it's like a star here, but in the middle, we're looking for peace, we're looking for answers, we're looking for wisdom. Okay, well, for some people, they're going to get those answers by walking, let's say, the Christian path, or maybe the Jewish path, the Muslim path. Some people are going to get those answers. They're going to get to this point when, on the Buddhist path, some people, it'll be more, they're going to get the answers they want about life, about the universe, through practicing witchcraft and walking the journey and the path of being a witch. Some people are going to get the answers there. Some people are going to get the answers from a very spiritual, eclectic path. So there are many ways, with Hecate's sort of labyrinth, there's many ways to go. There's so many directions and ways to go. That's the way I look at Hecate's wheel. But in life, there's so many directions and ways to go, but we all want to get to the centre, and the centre is the place of wisdom, answers, peace, happiness. So many ways to get there, but there's not one way or one true way to get there, because if there was only one way, of doing things, or one way of going about things, we'd all go about things the right way or the true way. But there's no right or true way. There's just many paths to wisdom and to enlightenment. That's why if anyone says that their way of doing things is the only way or the right way, that is a big red flag. You should be very sceptical of that individual, because they're telling you that you've got to do things the way they're doing it, and if you're not, your way of finding wisdom or peace is wrong as well. And sometimes you see this in religious circles, where you get people who follow a certain religion, and their religion brings them peace, comfort and joy, which is all well and good. But then someone who's following, let's say, the Jewish path, Muslim path, or they're a pagan, or they're a Druid pagan, someone is condemning that individual who follows so you do sometimes see Christians, not all, but you sometimes see Christians condemn other religions because they're following a different belief system, a different way of life, and that way they're following is bringing them answers, comfort, and helping them in life. But because that person's Christian, they think their way is the only way, the true way. It's a very toxic way to live, and a very foolish way to live, because a wise person knows that there's many ways to make a dream come true, there's many ways to achieve an objective, and there's so many paths to wisdom and knowledge in life. And that's what Hecate's wheel sort of shows me, that we all want to find the light, the wisdom, the peace, and there's many paths to get to the centre point, which Hecate's wheel sort of symbolises to me, the centre point. So Hecate's got many symbols, this is one of them, but I love the labyrinth, because in life we can be lost, but really where we want to get to is this centre point, and that centre point is peace, wisdom, happiness, fulfilment. Not so much happiness, but more you feel fulfilled, and you're realising your full potential, and you're realising your worth. But we all want to get to that point in life, but there's no one way to get to it. There's many ways to get to that point. And sometimes in life you've got to go the wrong way to know what the right way is for you. And the wrong way is the path of bad habits and addictions. And through that bad point, you realise that that path is wrong for you, because if you've got like addictions, bad habits, you're holding on to toxic things that are destroying your life and are not going to help you. They're only going to make you suffer more, and it creates a vicious cycle. Whereas you need to know that the way you were walking is not good for you, and then find a new path which serves you. So I hope this helps, I hope it makes sense, but I just thought that's something so much to be aware of. But when it comes to witchcraft, there are many ways to practice witchcraft. There's not one holy way to practice. Same with spiritual path, religion. There's not one way of doing it. There are many ways of finding peace, wisdom, and answers as well. Until next time, may meet, may part, and meet again. Blessed be. Stay safe, stay wise, stay magical and witchy. Blessed be.